What's poppin', people? My name is Duckhead, and today I'll discuss the Battlefield 6 leaks that we've been seeing over the past few days. Now, obviously, I can't show any of those leaks on my channel because the video will get taken down or whatnot. But who's kidding who? They probably want this shit to leak. They probably fucking knew it was going to leak, and they're probably doing this as a way, or allowing this to happen as a way of saying, hey, look at us, you guys. We finally have our heads out of our asses. So, more power to them. But I want to discuss some of the things that I haven't really been hearing other content creators discuss. So I won't discuss the classes and the specs and the perks that you can get in terms of the upgrade trees. I won't discuss any of that. I want to discuss the attrition system, right? And why I do think it's a bad idea, because attrition is in the game as it currently stands. I want to discuss the atmosphere, and I want to discuss potential atmosphere problems, right? So first of all, attrition. Attrition is a bad system, and it should not make a return in this new Battlefield game. Like, there is a lot of revisionist history going on when it comes to the attrition system from Battlefield 5. It's like people forgot how terrible of a system that was. So when it comes to vehicles, I have a soft spot in my heart for vehicles, right? I play everything in Battlefield, but I have a really big soft spot in my heart for tanking, predominantly. When it came to the Battlefield 5 vehicles, attrition was a garbage system. And the reason is because, number one, it promotes a campy style of gameplay. When you are encouraging vehicles to resupply, take care of the ammo, and go to repair stations to heal themselves, and that's like a predominant way of keeping yourself alive and in the fight, what you're going to get is you're going to get tankers camping near vehicle resupply stations. So that means they're going to be sitting back from the objective, depending on where they put these damn things, and they're just going to be shelling the shit out of the objective over and over and over again. And it's going to be really hard for infantry to go and contest those tanks. So it's probably going to take another tank to contest them, or some of the air support vehicles. And that is a bad design philosophy. That's bad for the enemy team. Now, for a friendly team, also, it's kind of bad because you aren't with your infantry supporting them in their push. You're back far the fuck away. So the infantry that may need the push, you're just back there shelling the shit out of the flag. And you're not pushing with the infantry, shelling around the flag. You're just shelling the fucking flag so you can get farm kills. So that's a design philosophy, number one. Number two, if they have this design philosophy in here, they're going to have to make these vehicles more powerful. And what I mean by that is the tank shells are going to deal a fuck ton more damage to infantry, a fuck ton more splash damage. The LMGs, HMGs, whatever secondary weapon on the tanks are going to be immensely more powerful, right? Because they're going to have to account for the fact that you have limited ammo in your tank, so they got to make the ammo more efficient, more impactful. So that's why you had things like, tanks in Battlefield 5 just wrecking shit, right? They move slow. They had to resupply stations and shit like that, and they just wrecked shit with a bunch of splash damage. The fucking LMGs were fucking crazy powerful, right? And it took a lot of fucking shots to down a tank in Battlefield 5. In terms of the air vehicles, those vehicles were immensely more powerful in Battlefield 5, to the point where they just did a circle around the map, resupplying, dropping bombs, resupplying, dropping bombs, resupplying, dropping bombs, resupplying, dropping missiles, right? You get my point? So you have to be really careful with an attrition system, because one is going to promote a campy style, and two, you're going to have to make the fucking vehicles more goddamn powerful to account for the fact that they have limited ammo. I even saw some people saying, oh, the attack helicopters, they should be able to work with ground logistics, so, if you cap a base, you can land at that base, resupply. You're overthinking this. This is what they need to do for vehicles. And I understand that this is a placeholder, right? This is all a placeholder. This is subject to change. But this is what they need to do. Bring back the Battlefield 4 style of vehicles, to where you do have limited ammo. Well, I mean, it's basically unlimited. It reloads by itself. You just have to manage your ammo better. You can't spam it. You can in short bursts, but then you got to kind of retreat a little bit, let all your ammo come back. Bring back the Battlefield 4 style of ammo. That is perfect. You're overthinking this shit. Please don't bring back vehicle attrition. Please, for the love of God. It's a bad system, right? In my opinion. Now, moving on to the atmosphere in terms of this Battlefield game. The atmosphere is okay, but I will say this, okay? And listen, I don't want y'all to misconstrue what I'm saying. I am not one of these people who don't think that women should be in video games. That's not what I think, all right? I get annoyed when they aren't implemented well in historical video games. Like, for example, in Battlefield 5, they were not implemented well. They were implemented in a garbage way. You can just be a woman anytime you wanted to be, right? Which is stupid. It's World War II. What the fuck are we doing? In Battlefield 1, it was implemented seamlessly, amazingly. The women fit with the time. They were implemented well. They're implemented with a story to tell in terms of the Russian fighters and understanding that there were Russian women who fought in World War One with the sniper. There were snipers on the Russian side. It was implemented well, and it was believable, and it fit with the time. A modern shooter, you don't have to worry about that because this is a modern shooter. You can have women, whatever the fuck, right? Modern militaries have a bunch of women serving. This is the thing. Okay, you have to make sure you get some really good voice actresses, really good voice actors, female voice actors. You have to get really good ones. They have to be good and believable and not annoying. What is already happening? Okay, and I'm thinking about this in terms of a video game publisher, in terms of a video game promoter. What I'm already seeing is people in the comment section of these videos saying, why the fuck are there so many women in the fucking game? Why are there so many women screaming in the game? This fucking shit sounds stupid. This shit sounds retarded. And to be fair, the developers did come out and say that these women are, these voices are placeholders, right? But please, first impressions really matter. Do not have somebody's first impression be that you're just having a bunch of women in the game. And I'm only saying, I'm really not trying, I'm trying to sound like a video game promoter, thinking like, how can I get the most fucking money? Me personally, I don't give a shit if women are in the game. It doesn't matter to me. But the fact of the matter is, it matters to a lot of people. Okay? I'll give you an example. Does Beyonce cater to men? No, she caters to women. That's where her predominant audience is. She caters to women. Does Taylor Swift cater to men? No. Hell no. Her predominant audience is women. Does Ice Spice cater to men? No. Her predominant audience is women. Sexy Red, women. Glorilla, women. Do I need to go on? Katy Perry, women. Rihanna, women. Do you see where I'm going with this? The predominant audience of Battlefield is men. You need to cater to men. And it just is what it is. I'm not trying to sound sexist. I don't care if women are in the game, but as a video game promoter or publisher trying to get the most money and have the least controversy, you need to promote your game to men. Therefore, if you're in these playtests, we should see a bunch of men running around and hear a bunch of men screaming. Not women. Not for the first impressions, bro. You're already making a bad first impression in terms of that. All right? And I understand a lot of people are like, it doesn't matter. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. When people are so willing and able and ready to call shit woke nowadays, yes, it does matter. Okay? Battlefield 5, that shit didn't work. When you went against your fucking core fan base and shit all over them saying that they were fucking ignorant or whatever the fuck, your game flopped. It didn't work. Please don't make the same mistake with fucking Battlefield 6. Alright, moving on to the next thing. The music. The music at the beginning of the match sounds really fucking good, which is great, because 2042's music was god-awful. It was fucking garbage, alright? The music at the beginning of the match sounds great. I need the music to be implemented the way it was implemented in Battlefields 1 and 5, to where it was an epic setting of the scene for the battle. Epic fucking music playing, soldiers giving speeches. That's what I'd like to hear come back. The soldiers giving the speeches at the beginning of the match. Please bring that back, DICE. And on top of that, the music just playing you into battle. Also, the end of the game. I want the music to start when there are like, there's like a minute left or 2 minutes left or whatever the fuck. Like maybe 75 tickets left or whatever the fuck, right? The music needs to start. Not 75 tickets, maybe 30 tickets, maybe 40 tickets. The music needs to start and it needs to play you out and crescendo to the end of the match. Like it was in Battlefield 1. Like it was in Battlefield 5. That's what I need. The North Seas fucking end of round theme. If you don't know the end of round theme, go look at North Seas end of round theme. It was fucking amazing, right? Go look at the Pacific from Battlefield 5 end of round theme. It was amazing. Wake Island end of round theme. It was fucking amazing. Basically, any map on Battlefield 1's end of round theme was fucking amazing, right? Please implement the music like you did in Battlefield 1 and implement it like you did in Battlefield 5. It just adds to the atmosphere, okay? All right. And that's what I have to say about the game. Hopefully, I made some points that you haven't heard any other YouTubers making. Hopefully, you know, open your eyes to a little bit of the smaller things, because the smaller details do matter a lot. But all in all, this pre-alpha footage, it looks pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty solid. They look like they actually have a game. They have a game that they're working on, bro. The game is. It's in a fucking testable state. That's a good sign. Now, I'm not gonna get my hopes up, because it's easy to just make one fucking map, right? It's easy to do that. What about the other fucking 9 that the game needs to release with? So I'm rooting for him. The game does look pretty solid right now. I'd say at the bare minimum it's fucking better than 2042 right now, as it is, as we stand right now from the looks of it. Anyway, what do you think in the comments down below? Let me know what you think. Anyway, I'm out this bitch. Y'all have a good one. And if you played the game, let me know about it in the comments down below. I won't snitch on you, alright? Anyway, I'm out this bitch. Y'all have a good one. Bye! Going.